Ready? So I hate to kind of brag in the beginning, but I feel like it's mandatory to get the status, so you're gonna be watching this video fully. So just to give you some claims, right now I'm 23 years old, I dropped out of college and I'm making it around 100K per month with my agency. And as you can see from the background, life seems to be good. It's always not like that, but for now, the life is what I always dreamt about. So 2 years ago, I was living in a shitty situation in the US, living in college, living kind of the student athlete lifestyle that I didn't really enjoy at all. Back then, I decided to set some goals, what I wanted my life to be like. I actually made a video about it as well, designing your dream life. And some of you know that I dreamt about moving to Italy as a business owner in 2024 and having the freedom to do things, be like I want to be, dress like I want to be, enjoy some double espresso on a Saturday morning in Lago di Como. And now it feels kind of weird, but I'm actually living what I dreamt about. I was also talking to the camera guy today about some goals that I've achieved lately. And I realized that I said like, yeah, I kind of got everything that I wanted. So let's talk about it, how I made it happen. And I'm gonna make it very concise. I'm gonna give you only 10 lessons that if I would go back in time and would be able to give my younger self these 10 lessons, these are the ones that I would give to my younger self or to my future son someday. So I'm gonna give it to you in a few minutes. So first, let's talk about the mindset that you need to actually hit those goals that you want to accomplish. I know you're probably tired of the same old yapping sessions about mindset and the mentality you need. Trust me, this is where it all starts from. You need to master your mindset. That's the most important part. So let's talk about it. So when we talk about mindset, I don't want to go into like shouting 10 affirmations in the morning in the mirror and then somehow manifesting that you become a millionaire. That's not gonna happen, let's be real. Mindset is more about how you look at life, how you look at yourself, because your thoughts become your reality. This is a well-known concept. If you go back into Stoicism, I would say life is pretty much 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So life gives you these cards. You need to decide how you want to play the cards right. Take responsibility of your life. Where you are right now, I hate to say this, but it's completely your fault. So if you can be proud about yourself, that is also completely your fault. But if you are now in a bad spot in your life, that is also completely your fault. Yeah, there are some extreme cases where something actually happened to you that you couldn't just take control and accept as your fault. Those are some unfortunate cases. I know some of us, for example me, I'm very fortunate to be able to be in a position where I grew up in Finland, got all the opportunities to have a good life. Some of us don't have the opportunity. But either way, you decide how you react to your current life setup, what is happening. And I would say as the number one step, make sure that you kind of rewire your brain. So if right now you're already kind of skeptical, like, who is this fucking guy? What is he trying to claim here? And whenever, let's say you look at online, you see people and you're getting this fucking anger that this guy shouldn't be having this. Yeah, maybe you should have the positive kind of little bit like an itch that you want to be as good as them. That's fine. But if you have this mindset that no way this young guy can actually make money, because I see a lot of people in the comments sometimes have that mindset. Why would you believe that? Take full accountability where you are at life right now. rewire your brain and create this growth mindset. Actually believe what you want to accomplish, you are capable of making that happen. If I can make my goals happen, if there's so many low IQ people actually making their dreams come true, most likely you can do. And sometimes what I decided to do actually was in a conscious way, I decided to become a little bit delusionally confident, because when you grew up in Finland, you're kind of, I don't know, shy, introverted. You don't really want to believe in certain topics and things. Like, it's very I don't know, not the place to be when you're very ambitious. But I decided to rewire my brain completely. I was a little fat kid, didn't believe in, I wasn't great at sports, wasn't great at pretty much anything at all. Then I just rewired my brain I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna be delusionally confident and just make it happen. Let's say I was should I go for a 10-kilometer run? Instead of me being no, I can't, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be so tough, no. I started thinking of course I can. I'm Kasper, of course I can. And then I went and did it. And then you create this loop of actually rewiring your brain, taking the actions. The delusional confidence becomes actual confidence, because behind the confidence you have competence. And that's how you create confidence. And when you operate from confidence, you get better results. So cultivate a growth mindset, start rewiring your brain, and after that, everything becomes rather easy. So now let's talk about business and the right vehicle to make those dreams come true. So lesson number 3, optimize your environment. What I mean by that is you need to optimize your environment to help you actually achieve those goals. If you have people in your life that just doesn't align with your vision, where you want to go, maybe rethink if you want to have those people in your life. Try to surround yourself with like-minded people that actually help you go to the next stage. But I would also advise that if you're just getting started, it may be a little bit hard to find those people, because those people that are at the stage you want to go to, maybe a little bit harsh to say, but they don't want to deal with you because simply you're not on their level. So the main point is to just make it easy to win. Have people around you that are helping you to win, not helping you to lose. Have systems in place that help you win. Use the best tools, the apps that actually keep you accountable as well. Track your daily things and habits that you're doing. Just optimize everything in your life, whether it's nutrition, sports. Maybe to kind of conclude this point, just an easy way to identify what is actually helping you and what is not helping you. Just whenever you're doing something, ask yourself, is this aligning with my goals? Is this helping me accomplish my goals? If you have a feeling that maybe this person is not helping you to achieve these goals that you have in mind, cut it off. We don't need to make this point too long or complicated. Just design your environment in a way that helps you, whether it's friends, whether it's nutrition, whether it's your activities, how long away is your gym, how easy it is for you to wake up early. Just design everything to a T that actually helps you win. Your goal most likely is to have freedom. You don't want to get stuck as a freelancer making 5-10K per month. You need to actually build a cash flow business. What do I mean by cash flow business? You got profits coming in every single month without you actually having to do much as well. Because in the beginning phases, you start your hustle, you get going, and you get that initial I have a business, I'm making money, but then you realize I've gone through this, many people have gone through this, and then you realize that you're actually kind of like a slave to your own business, where you're working in the business, you have that business making money, but more than likely you're working more than 40 hours. So in a way, you went from 9 to 5 to 5 to 9. I went through this phase. Trust me, you should go through that phase to be able to go into the next level. But let's talk about how you can go from the initial level to the next level where the business doesn't even need you and it's generating cash flow month after month. The way I see it, what you need to go from the initial stages where you are making with your business 5-10K per month to actually generating 7 figures a year is delegating, eliminating, and automating. So what I would do first if I were in the 5-10K per month mark is identify where your time is going. So do like a time audit, see where your time is going, and identify the things that you're spending time on, but it's not generating a return on investment. And then proceed with the delegating, eliminating, and automating. Nowadays, it's so easy to automate so many different parts of the business. I would really focus on mastering the skill of automation as well. But if not, then delegating to team members or eliminating completely. I think it's also very important to build a team, like a solid team, because you can't do this all by yourself. So you need to have a proper team in place. So another kind of framework that I have, this is by Navar Ravikant, is the 4 forms of leverage in your business. So you actually have a cash flow business. First, capital. Second, labor. Third, code. Fourth, media. These are things that you can leverage to actually scale your business to the next level, and you're not operating as a slave within your business. So to quickly explain the 4, you can invest your capital that you've been generating from your business to, for example, a team that is now, instead of you doing the work, the team is doing the work, and you can train them up. Or then the labor that I already kind of mentioned, so you have a labor in place. So let's say instead of 2 hands doing the work, you have 8 hands doing the work instead of you doing it all by yourself. Then the next thing would be code. So instead of always manually having to do the processes that you have in place, there's code running it, or automation nowadays. Or then the 4th one, which is media. I'm recording this clip once, and it's going to be living forever and generating something later on, even though this is not a business play for me. To go from the initial stage of having a hustle, having a freelancing business where you are generating revenue, but you're still operating more than 40 hours a week, focus on delegating, eliminating, automating, as well as the 4 forms of leverage, capital, labor, media, code, as well as just identifying where your time is going, where it should not be going, and then focusing on what works, doubling down on the winning things, as well as the highest return on investment activities that you can do, and then delegating the rest, or eliminating or automating. So just to conclude, this is what I did myself to go from the 10K per month to 100K per month, and now at a 7-figure run rate. I don't know how to go even further because I'm still figuring it out, but this is what I've learned from my mentors, and this is what I would see as working for you guys as well. Intentional rest beats the constant grind. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you just don't want to be going 24/7 intensity. There's going to be some moments of recovery that are actually conscious, not just dopamine scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, but actually resting, resetting your brain, detoxing from the constant chaos that you embrace when doing business work or activities, or just overall improving yourself. This, I would advise having like certain winding down routines. This has been a struggle for me personally, to just like sometimes hit the off button and recover and relax. But what I've found working pretty well is like having those moments where you don't have a phone, no electronic devices, just reading or hitting a sauna or whatever it may be, just going for a walk. This will do wonders for you. And then it will also, because I know sometimes it's very hard for you to justify resting, because people like us, sometimes we have that never satisfied mentality where you're like, I can't rest now, like I'm gonna do a little bit more. Sometimes, trust me, this is something that I usually say, but it is better to rest. And for that reason, I feel like intentional rest, where you just go on a walk, you refresh your mind. Once you enter back into the grind, you're going to be performing way better than you would have if you just stay grinding 24/7. So remember, intentional rest, recover, find your ways to have that off switch sometimes. So let's talk about health, because that's way more important than the wealth or the freedom. Sleep. Pretty simple stuff. Have some sort of a sleep schedule. Sleep 8 hours. I don't have to explain this to you. You know what to do. Just make sure you do it. Nutrition, make sure you're tracking your calories, especially if you want to be in shape. You need to know your macros. Don't need to dive into the nitty-gritty details of what you should be eating. Mainly, I would advise for you to eat the whole foods, the foods that actually make you healthy, not all the processed shit that actually is just bad for you with all the chemicals that you can't even pronounce. A good rule of thumb is that the less ingredients in the ingredients list, the healthier the food is for you. So mainly start eating whole foods, fruits, meats, cheeses, whatever it may be, but just whole organic foods. Then activity. Remember to work out, exercise, run. Just increase your heart rate. Lift weights, do cardio. Just why not be in the best shape possible? You have only one life, so make sure you are in shape. And also as a reminder, consistency over intensity. It's always about coming back to the fundamentals of sleep, nutrition, and activity. Those three. That's all you need to know. So, the last lesson of today, take action. None of this matters that we talked about unless you do take action. I know how easy it is to watch these productivity videos, kind of like entertainment in a way, but you feel good about it. Trust me, I was watching years of these kind of videos where I'm like learning about something, but I'm not taking action. It took me years to kind of stop consuming and start creating, and ever since, I believe it took me like 57 days after that to hit my first 10K bond. When I just stopped fucking around and went all in on my dreams, after that, I made it happen. So the main point is stop consuming and start creating. And don't overthink it. For me, an important lesson was progress over perfectionism. Because trust me, I'm the most perfectionist guy. Look at me. I'm in the middle of Milan trying to make this video happen for you guys. So progress over perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect, just start taking action. And momentum. Momentum can either be your best friend that helps you achieve all of these goals, or it can be your worst enemy. Make sure that momentum is on your side and start creating those little actions every single day. So now, the whole conclusion of this video is stop consuming and start creating the life of your dreams today. There we have it. Perfect. Kiitos.
Amazing.